Theory: Reinbeast hits hard. Let's figure it out. What's up, guys? Mike MTG Jedi here for a very intriguing video that I do not yet know the answer to. On one of my latest videos in my champion review series for 2021, going through all the factions, telling you guys who is worth building, who is not for 2021, one of the viewers, shout out KM, says Reinbeast hits really hard. And I thought to myself, I need to know the answer to this. It's a need, not a want. It's a need. I need to know. So in our build guide series, what we do is we take a look at 3 different things. We take a look at what are the abilities of the champion, what is their role in the game, and how do we build them. So we're going to have a couple options for builds on Reinbeast today. For this meme of a champion, let's jump right into it with his abilities. So, Reinbeast is a crucial champion for some teams, and we will talk about that in a minute. For right now, we want to talk about what his kit is because it's a weird one. Very interesting and unique. Okay, his base stats are very good. 1200 base defense is actually a little bit low for a defense-based champion, but he does make up with it for 18,000, almost 19,000 HP. Pretty cool. His attack does not matter. His base speed's a little low, but fine, and the rest of his stats are pretty average, with his resistance being very nice, positive bonus. His A1, he only has 2 attacks here. Attacks one enemy, places a 15% continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn. And this is really useful ability. A2 attacks one enemy 2 times, or revives a random ally with full HP if this attack kills an enemy. And prior to this video, I thought that this was a pipe dream, so we're definitely going to find out. When an ally is attacked, his passive has a chance to place this really awesome shield, and it's related to his maximum HP. So it's kind of, his kit is confused, you know. He's a defense-based champion, but you want him really high HP. And it can only occur once per turn, but not on himself, okay? As far as I was ever concerned, he did not need books. He gets bonus shield damage, but not bonus chance. He gets bonus damage on his A1 and bonus damage on his A2. I would have never considered putting books into him, but I mean, if he hits really hard, then that might be something that you would consider doing. Next up, we are gonna talk about how to build him. So I'm super interested to see, guys. All right, so let me pull him up. I already had him built prior to this recording because I actually used him in Faction Wars. Now, because his A1 places that continuous heal every time he attacks, he's really good in this Relentless set. Okay, now currently I have I have a defense percent chest. I'm pretty sure that was HP percent at one point, as were the gloves. But I must just have like a lot of, you know, I have this other immortal set on here to help with the HP. I must have like some HP substats. There we go with 1. Either way, oh, okay, it's defense with HP percent. I see. But because his HP is 18,000, like, you can get that up pretty high. And he doesn't need accuracy, so you can do something like resistance with a high speed subs roll, which is 23 is crazy. And having him with a really high speed rolls is crucial. And so this, or something very similar to this, is the build that I used for Faction Wars. And you can see, like, his total HP seems like it's decent, but that's actually lower than what I had it at before. And then his speed being 223, obviously that's pretty solid. You know, when you have a champion that does not need accuracy, you can focus on a lot of other things. So that's like kind of a generic good build for Faction Wars. But what I want to do today is I want to switch some gear and build him in a full damage build. So we are going to take Bad L's gloves is who I was looking at before. These have defense percent and flat, speed and crit rate on the crit damage gloves. And the resilience set has been super, super awesome for me. I know that it does not get a lot of love from a lot of people, but for me, like, I actually went and I crafted this piece of gear today for this video, and obviously it didn't get good, you know, other rolls, but 20% crit rate, like, that is a good enough piece to use on people. And then we want to keep the Relentless set. So unfortunately, we're going to have to ditch the Immortal set. And we're probably going to have to replace the other two pieces because they don't have a high crit rate. So when you're going with crit damage gloves, then you need to find crit rate on basically all of your other pieces. And I know that I have a pair of boots in Relentless that actually have a good crit rate, okay? And I've been really trying to get crit rate as a substat on boots, because that, your boots, you know you're going to have speed, so you can really filter out a lot of things. We need the helmet too. You can filter out a lot of things, essentially. All right, so we need to get to 100%. We're currently almost at 60. Yeah, 58. We don't need accuracy. So we're probably going to have to pull from someone else. But let's just see what we have. That one's 12, but doesn't help us with any of the other stats. That one's 13 and has HP and a really good speed roll, so I would like to try to use that one. Let's see. And then this one is pimped out with speed as well. But I think we're gonna try for this one. And you know, I really wish they would add to this game just the ability to like temporarily build your champions. What I mean by that is, you know, not have a finalized build, and then when you go to finalize it, then you go switch it over. So we're gonna have to go to equipped here, which is fine. You know, I'm perfectly happy to pull Bad L's gear from him. Crit rate 16, yeah. I mean, it has the attack percent on there, but, you know, you can't have everything that you want in your life sometimes. It's just a fact. You can't have everything. This has a pile of accuracy that we don't need. This has speed and the crit rate, but I actually think that that gets us there. 87 and 14. Yeah, there we go. And you know what? So, like, basically, if you think about it, I'm using level 412 gear here, right? If you take off like the attack roll or the accuracy roll, like, you can get, you know, an epic or a rare, epic or a rare 6-star piece to get these kind of stats, you know. So that helps with comparing the builds. I know that I will have a crit damage amulet, so we're going to need to switch that over as well. And let's probably go with this one since it's ranked up, but that one has accuracy. What about Warlords? This also has accuracy, but it does have defense. Well, let's just do this one. I'm not really using Feign right now anyway. I tried her out in Clan Boss, and now that she's changed back to her how she's supposed to work, I haven't used her since then. Do we have a ring that's already ranked up that is better than this? We have HP and small defense. No? Oh, that's a nice ring. Probably that one, right? Oh, that actually lowers his max HP. I wonder if we have an HP ring for him. Now, I don't actually know if this build is going to be better than giving him high. That's not bad. We lose 80 and then gain 2k. That's not bad. I don't know which is going to be better, guys. I really don't. This is very strange and interesting territory to me. It's possible if we rolled this one up, but I think we'll just go with this one for now. That's a little bit better for what we want to do. Okay, and then we could lower his speed and put either an HP or defense on him as well. Like this one. That seems like a very good change. All right, let's take a look at these total stats and see where we landed. So we're using the new set that I crafted both of these pieces, the resilience, and then we also have the relentless set, chance to get an extra turn. All right, so we ended up with 42,000 health, which is actually about what we had on him before, if you remember. 3.6k defense, 100% crit rate, 182 crit damage, which I normally try to get this about 200. I wonder if there's any changes that we could make here on any of these top pieces of gear, really, for crit rate and crit damage. I know that we are 1 over on our crit rate, crit damage, equipped. And let's find our gear. Oh, relentless would be up a little bit higher. Very curious about this build, guys. Very, very curious. So that would give us some more to play with. That would keep us exactly the same, but lower our speed by a pile. That would also lower our speed. That would also lower our speed and our crit rate. So we have options. So do we value the speed or the crit damage? He's only at 208 right now, so I actually think that we want to leave the speed. You know, we do want him to be able to take turns, and for what I want to use him for, we're definitely going to want over 200 speed. So we'll try this out for now and see how it goes. Let's move on to where we're going to use him in the game, because guys, I'm so excited to see the answer to this question. What is his role? All right, so the main place for Reinbeast, and you know, I just really wanted to make this video today, so that's just how it works out with Faction Wars. It's not open. I need to spend some keys, but I'm making this video instead. Skinwalker's Faction Wars, he's an all-star. You really need healers. He's one of the only ones, and he also protects your champions. Now, I wish that, you know, if he hits hard, then I've had him geared incorrectly this whole time. But, you know, it's not always easy to get all the stats you want on all the champions. But beating the factions is difficult. Still difficult. I'm in the middle of a Faction Wars takeover right now where I've been beating the majority of the factions for one of my viewers on Twitch. And the factions are still hard. You have to have typically a full team of 60s and good gear and patience. Sometimes you have to have patience as well. All right, so where else would we use him? Not campaign. I would be very surprised to use him in dungeons, but like if it's for progression, then maybe. But this is a niche champion that I don't think you would be using there. Okay. Well, I can't make this video without pulling up my arena defense because currently I do have him on my arena defense. And it's more of a meme, you know, just for fun. I won my Sir Nick in the tournament that happened over Christmas. And so I've had this Christmas themed arena defense for a while. And it's been super fun and I really like it. Surprisingly, it's been winning some fights. The other day it was at 60%, you know, a little bit less than that here. But like, it has definitely won some fights. Sir Nick's super well geared, and then Reinbeast had the gear on that you saw, and then the two bears, the Ice Crushers, either have no gear or just muling some gear, you know, holding random pieces, whatever. So I do kind of like him on my arena defense, but I'm not sure I want to like recommend that. But I can't make this video without showing it. I mean, like, I guess you could use him in 3v3. For this video, I mean, he's definitely not a clan boss champion either. So the Doom Tower has just reset. And for this video, I'm going to try him in a Doom Tower team. We're going to try to use a more accessible team like this. And Tayrell's going to do our defense down. Scylla Drakes is a login reward champion. Skull Crown does some AoE damage. We have Seneschal for AoE provoke and the crowd control. And then the Reinbeast will come in as a healer and maybe do some extra damage. Now, I wanted to do some type of challenge that would, you know, make sense for this level of gear, this level of damage that we're trying to get here. And the hard Doom Tower, you have to have some pretty good stats to get that. So we're going to start here with Tayrell's decrease defense. And Tayrell might not actually have a high enough accuracy. You need 300 plus accuracy for the hard side of Doom Tower. Maybe not the early levels, but certainly if you're progressing through there. Scylla the Drakes is going to do her A2 and attack all enemies to stun. And she's typically going to not get everybody stunned. So let's go ahead and start with the A2. And we'll start on Kale here. So 12,000 on the hard Doom Tower, which is actually not bad. Like, you can see he did more than Syl and he did more than Tayrell. And both of them, like, my Syl is in really good gear and Tayrell is in decent gear. And now he procced an extra turn, so we'll get to see his A1 back to back. And 16,000 there. Now, for comparison, let's take a look at Skull Crown's AoE, and this ability hits really hard. So that'll be a good comparison. And she did 14 to 20,000. So he's in the same range. Now we will go ahead and do the AoE provoke before they get a turn. And then he counterattacks all of them. And he's in pretty good gear too. And he's dealing 13, 14,000 as well. So let's hit auto and see how well this team works in here in the Doom Tower. Still doing 22k there. 16k on his A1. I mean, he's doing comparable damage to other champions that I personally use for damage. So that's pretty crazy. I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to take him into Dragon after this run, because that's where everybody tests damage. And I think that, you know, people will be able to see a good deal of comparison in that level, even though that's not someplace you would use him. But so far, guys, pretty impressed here. Pretty impressed. Now, if you're having trouble in the Doom Tower, I highly recommend two things. Build your Scylla of the Drakes. I used her all the way up the Doom Tower on the hard side, the whole way up. Second thing is build an AoE provoke champion. I don't know if you know this, if you're new to the channel, but Seneschal is one of my favorite champions. And in fact, this could be a video about him. But he is crazy good. I use him in my own faction wars. I actually built two, one at 50, one at 60. And I used him in another account takeover. And look, 20k on his A1 in the hard Doom Tower, guys. So he's a really great champion with the AoE provoke. He does a lot of damage. He's a hard hitter, and he's doing comparable damage to our Reinbeast. So guys, so far pretty impressed. Now, like, when Reinbeast is not critting, I'm guessing that 7k was not a crit, and that's actually still decent damage on not a crit. It's possible it's just higher defense or something, but look at Syl with the stuns. 13k hits. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. And we will also test him in the arena. Maybe what I'll do is I'll bring up my arena defense just for fun at the end of the video to showcase that. And so we're about almost 4 minutes. We'll be a little bit over 4 minutes at the end of this run, but we are never in trouble. We were never in trouble because of the heals from Syl and Reinbeast. Reinbeast passive, you can see the shield on Tyrell right now. So I think he's legit, guys. I think he's legit. Super interesting either way. Again, shout out to KM from my last video for this idea. And he did the second most damage, no third most. But he did as much damage as Tyrell. And then Seneschal actually coming in last place there, which surprised me. But, you know, Skull Crown is going to be... Actually, Syl did the most damage. If you're looking for a champion to help you in every area of the game, build your Syl. Build your Syl. If you would like to see a champion guide on her or anyone else, request in the comments. Somebody recently requested Sylar, so I will probably get to that as well. But let's go ahead and come over here, and maybe we'll use that same team or something similar in Dragon 20. Although Dragon 20 is quite a bit easier. So here is our team that we used. Let's go ahead and take out Seneschal and maybe put in a Poisoner to help us on the actual dragon. Something like this will probably be all right. Now, I don't guarantee this is the best team for Dragon 20, but really what we want to do is showcase, showcase Reinbeast here. All right, so Syl, for reference here, is doing, the same basic amount of damage. So we'll go ahead and we will hit Tyrell, I guess. 15k twice. And then here, 19k. Interesting. So I wouldn't say that he does crazy damage. I would not say that. And I'm not really sure. Like, Syl there on the A1, like, that's good damage, right? All right, let's test this. 27k? I mean, that's not bad, guys. But, like, my thing is, like, where would you actually use him? His damage is definitely better than what I would expect. But, like, is it really worth building him for damage? When you could easily... You could just... 21k? I mean, there's just so many other champions you would rather use, right? Now, for Faction Wars, if you need some extra damage and you want to build him, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But if you're trying to get him to help you in other content, I just don't think that's going to be his place. So, I don't know. I'm going to say no. It's definitely more than what I would have expected, but I'm not gonna spend another 5 minutes on the dragon run. I'll waste a little bit of energy for you guys, but I can't justify ending this video without trying out the arena defense. Now, this is the exact type of team that we would want to test it on, and I legit do not know if we'll be able to beat them, but we're gonna try. So Reinbeast, he normally hides from me. And where's Sir Nick? Oh, I know. Sir Nick is like level 57 or something. I didn't finish leveling him. I need to add a couple levels. And if I'm being honest with you, we kind of want to be aesthetically pleasing. So we put the bears on the outside, I think, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to quit this fight if it's not laid out how I want it to be, because that's half the point. Okay, so we need to switch the Reinbeast and the bear. We need to switch the Reinbeast and the bear. right there. Okay, so where your champions are situated matters to me. I don't usually sacrifice fights for it, but I do care about the layout of my champions. All right, I messed it up again. All right, well, since we're gonna lose this fight anyway. I mean, let me. All right, fine. I won't back out. I won't back out. So the Bears have this cool passive ability to lower the damage on your champions by 15%. And then Sir Nick is going to come in here and smack people. And he does have a chance to counterattack. But I'm not claiming that this is a good team. I'm not saying that, guys. All I'm saying is that it's fun. It is fun. And the Reinbeast died before he could take a turn. So we will we will try another fight against a team that we might be able to beat. Like this one. So we want him there. And then there. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. I was about to call you guys chat, but this is not Twitch, and you are not watching this right now. Oh, I can't get it right today. I can't get it right today. So, I mean, this team can really take a beating, but we might need to put a speed lead in here so that we can go before these teams. But, Sir Nick, he's built kind of well, so let's put the unkillable up. And this is not a Sir Nick video, but if you want to see that, let me know. I don't know that we'll be able to win this, but, you know, we're not getting any counterattacks. Sir Nick coming in there with the shields and the... if we can kill Tyrell, no, but he's frozen. Come on, this is fun, right? You're enjoying this. You know it. Hit that like button because you're enjoying this. And then we can hit auto. And we definitely would have won this fight on auto too. So I guess it's legit. That's hilarious. I don't recommend putting masteries on Reinbeast. Just FYI, I do not recommend that. Yeah, whatever, okay. It's gonna pull the wrong one still, but we'll try it. All right, we will keep our one, and then we will bring in our speed lead so that we can get a better example and stop screwing around in the video. We're getting kind of long here, and I need to wrap it up. So, increase the speed. We don't have defense down or anything, but we have a positive affinity to test on here. So let's see that A2. And see, only 15k, like, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. So KM, I'm gonna have to call bullcrap on, or maybe not bullcrap, but I'm gonna have to call. He survived. Okay, I'm gonna have to call this theory false. I'm gonna have to call this theory false. And he also can't take a hit. I mean, we're gonna try again, see if we can get his A1. Sir Nick did not get the Friezo. She has her block debuffs on. Yeah, I guess we can only really attack there. Come on, Reinbeast. Now you're stunned. Make you unkillable. All right. So we're definitely going to get an extra turn here. Let's see if we can get this weakened by... Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's going to help a little bit with Reinbeast damage. 4,000. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for me to recommend that you guys try to build Reinbeast as a damage dealer. He would be much better served to have a higher HP. Yeah. He would be much better served to have a higher HP and and then, be more survivable, be providing more heals on his continuous heal. Again, I don't want to take away from the fact that he is crazy awesome in Faction Wars. Probably most people should build him in Faction Wars for their team. And if it weren't for Sir Nick holding the damage down and making us unkillable and all that other stuff, Arbiter reviving people, we would not even be able to win this fight. So I don't think that I can recommend this damage build on Reinbeast, but you should still probably build him and use him in Faction Wars. Maybe he would be better in crit rate gloves, where he's doing, a little bit of damage. And again, certainly we could have tried to put more crit damage on him. But I just don't think it's there. I don't think it's there. Let me know in the comments. What did you think of this video? Do you think Reinbeast is, a sweet damage dealer? Let me know what your thoughts are. I am the one and only MTG Jedi, and now you're a subscriber because you hit that button. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Here's the ending.